Hello everyone, this is Kristoffer Carter. You may call me KC. In this 6-part video series, I have the honor of helping you get started on your 30-day meditation or mindfulness challenge. So in this first video, we're going to talk about posture. Posture is so incredibly important for a number of reasons. On the far side, more spiritual, ethereal side of things, your spine should be somewhat of an antenna to the cosmos to open up all your deeper perceptions, open up your chakras, all these things. That's what us yogis talk a lot about and think a lot about. But on the more practical side of things, you just want to stay awake, right? We all have felt the wind when we meditate, which is basically the slipping in and out of consciousness and falling asleep. And keeping your spine straight is probably the quickest safeguard, the easiest safeguard to make sure you're going to stay alert. So that's one good reason to keep your spine straight. If I was seated sideways in a chair, for instance, you'd be able to see a definite space between my back and the back of the chair. So seated upright, if you're seated in a chair, your thighs perpendicular to the floor, straight down, very relaxed, very good posture. Shoulders back and down, release all the tension out of them. And just your body and your frame should feel pretty erect. And again, it's just to keep you nice and alert. So what are the hands doing? The hands are really important too. And there's a lot of different things you could do with your hands. A lot of people do mudras and things. But let's just start with our hands turned upright, open to the sky. These could be rested on our knees gently, or we could bring them in to where our trunk meets our thighs. And this provides what I call a checkpoint. A checkpoint is another kind of fail-safe to keep you alert and to keep your posture correct. So if we keep our hands close to our trunk here, it's naturally going to keep our elbows back, which keeps our shoulders back and our neck relaxed. So let's try to do that with our hands. Sound good? All right, now here's another one that I learned along the way. Tongue. Place your tongue at the place where the roof of the mouth meets your teeth, right in the center, like that. As I'm doing that, my attention goes to that point where my tongue hits the roof of my mouth. It's just another checkpoint to kind of keep your focus and keep your alertness. Your eyes, meanwhile, can be open for mindfulness exercises or closed for meditation practice. That's not a clear-cut definition, by the way. You can't have eyes closed mindfulness and eyes open meditation. However, I try to differentiate between the two very simply for people as they're getting started by saying mindfulness is a practice that I use to cultivate higher levels of awareness in waking life, getting really tuned in with whatever scene or environment that I'm in. And meditation, by contrast, is a little bit more intentional, seated practice with the sole intention of stilling the chaotic mind. And in that case, I would prefer my eyes be closed. So find what's comfortable for you. But even though my eyes are closed, they're focused a little bit up and towards the center. This is definitely a yoga practice, and us yogis focus on the Christ consciousness between the eyebrows. This is a little bit more advanced stuff. By no means do you need to strain your eyeballs or cross your eyes or hurt your eye muscles trying to get that focus right. But again, the gaze of the eyes is just another checkpoint to help get your focus kind of into the body, past the mind, past the thought, past the chatter, and on those fixed checkpoints. So you have one in the eyes, one in the tongue, hands, spine. That feels pretty comfortable to me. At first, it's not going to feel totally normal. You might be so caught up in your head, you're wondering, what if there's passerbys? They're going to see me sitting here trying to meditate, and then you'll get into a little dialogue with your monkey chatter brain and about if you're looking crazy or not. Don't think about those things. Think about comfort and think about correct posture this time. Sound good? All right. Why don't we practice 1 minute while I have you here? There's no substitute for practice, by the way. I could talk to you all day long about the benefits of meditation, give you a bunch of neuroscience and theories and different techniques and things, but there's really no substitute for actually just practicing a minute or two. So why don't we just do that right now? Here we go. 1 minute. You got your posture correct? Here we go. 1 minute starts now. Now, all you have to do for this minute is hold the posture. Move through your checkpoints one by one. Eyes, tongue, hands, spine. Try to keep them where you started. We're going to introduce breathing in the next video, but just try to keep your breathing even. Same number of counts in and out. That was a pretty quick minute, right? Feeling comfortable. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about breathing and getting our own attention.